This is Mark Summers, and I double dare you to listen to the 3CT podcast.
Or Craig?
Neither.
Oh.
Funny story about that. It's actually Bella's biological mother's sister. So
Biological.
Got it.
my oldest is aunt, who ended up not being the worst person out of that family.
Hey, there's always
So what?
one.
3 yeets for her.
There's always one.
Thank God.
But
Did you not send Mark the link? Because I haven't seen Mark join this call yet.
God damn it! I swear to God, every time we just mention that motherfucker,
Say his name and
I had the wrong link. I went to the old one. I'm sitting there.
God.
Nobody's letting me.
I believe that too.
I really did. Yes.
he really is the Alzheimer's Joe Hendry. Like it's really
Yes.
geriatric Joe Hendry.
like
Let's
my God.
Problem is, if he turns around that fast, he's probably going to dislocate the prosthetic hip
he's
that he has.
easily getting lightheaded.
No, it's the hip. It's the prosthetic hip that goes.
The lightheaded is just all like the fact that he doesn't consume any water.
That's
That's
true too. It's all just pure iced tea.
just iced tea and coffee.
Coffee. Do you want me to warm up your coffee? Yes.
Say his name. Diabetes appear.
Diabetes. Matt, how was the
believe
hockey
it,
game?
Wilford Brimley.
It was good. Wait a minute, that's not Matt.
No, Matt is
That's
not with
Big
us
Mac.
this week. Matt is still on the road. On the road again.
Road again.
Like Willie Nelson would say. So we got Big Mac on loan from the Take 3 Wrestling podcast.
Oh,
Hi,
Mark,
boys.
did you see they announced Willie Nelson again up at Hershey this year? Are you getting tickets?
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't win my opportunity.
I don't know, honestly. I was so hot last year. It was terrible. It was hotter than the hinges of Hell's Gates up there.
It was so bad.
It was so bad.
We just got VIP tickets, so we just kind of had to sit on the field at her. It was so brutal. God, it was hot.
About 109
Just
that
sat
day.
and sweat.
It was so bad. So bad.
So bad.
If y'all want to keep bitching about heat, y'all can just go visit Big Mac and you can
Yeah,
go see a concert in Florida.
I was going to say, I think there's somebody playing at the amphitheater in July. If you guys want to come down,
Ew.
we'd be more than glad to
So
sweat together.
awful.
No, thank you.
You know what?
Amphitheater.
Better yet, we could go to what is it now? Sun Life still, or is it something new? Dolphin Stadium.
Hard Rock.
Oh yeah, that
Hard
Indian
Rock.
reservation.
Oh,
Shut up, Devin. We could
I
go
don't
July
think you can
11th
say
or
that.
12th and spend $700 for a lower level ticket to go see Morgan Wallen.
Oh
In
God, no
Inferno.
thanks.
now you're talking.
I just heard somebody talking about they had gone to an event there in the summertime and somebody got like 3rd-degree burns from the seats
That sounds right.
So
because of how fucking hot it is.
when it was still Sun Life, before they built the canopies over the sidelines, basically in the end zones, I went to a Titans
I
Dolphin
prefer
game.
can of beans.
Because a friend of mine is a Titans fan. So we went, and I wore my Steve McNair Reebok Nike Authentic jersey that I bought
R.I.P.
from the sports store that I worked
Ruined.
at. The sports store that I worked at when I was in high school.
Steve
I got
McMichael.
about a quarter through the first quarter
And
and
you-
was like,
and you
I'm
died.
either going to die of a heat stroke or I have to take this off. I went to take it off. It was the powder blue with the dark blue shoulders. It was all dark blue.
Okay, I believe that.
It was all dark
Dude,
blue.
that's like my favorite thing. So when Nike came out with their new like the new uniforms for the NFL, like there's the mesh pattern, but then there's that like other pattern, and it's like
Yep.
moisture. It like doesn't absorb moisture, and like you get those like get the fat linemen in like those September games, and you just see like fucking wet bellies and fucking wet backs, and just like everything else is dry.
Can't say that anymore, Jim.
No, because their backs are wet. Like that's
Back sweat.
By the
Back
way, I think actually, unfortunately, you probably can say that in America now.
Well, that's a good point. I
we're
didn't know
we're
that.
Try that in a small town.
probably can. But yeah, just I have no Miami in July. No, thank you.
Sounds awful.
Buddy, try coming down here for WrestleMania.
Oh, stop that.
I mean, I was there in April last year.
I know, but I'm saying
it was hot.
Inferno.
It was warm.
Hold on, let's see what the temperature is at 9:45 this evening.
Oh God.
71. It feels like 68.
Oh, that's not too bad. 68's my preferred temperature.
It's 40 here.
Oh, that's right.
Tomorrow, 82, low 69.
Sounds beautiful.
High of 41 tomorrow.
Yeah.
No cross breeze, by the way. So it's 82 stagnant. It's just going to be like death.
I feel like that's the problem with Florida is there's never air. There's no air in Florida.
Well,
It's those damn walls they built down there.
I was talking to a friend of mine because we were talking about at the end of the month going to the tournament now no longer called the Honda Classic. I don't know who sponsors it now, but it's no longer Honda.
Hyundai.
No, it's like the Concierge Classic or something.
The Cognizant Classic.
Sure, bless you. So, like, we were talking about going to that because Thursday's opening round, we can get tickets for like $50 for ground tickets. Walk the grounds or whatever, hang out. There's a couple of us from baseball. I looked at them and I said, somebody better have SPF 7000 or I'm not going to make it out of that.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Brutal.
But
I don't know. I just saw somebody's hand reaching in and grabbing intern Mark. Are you okay, Mark? Are you being attacked?
I was being attacked, but I'm okay.
Okay.
The pups are wild. They're trying to get something. I had to call my loving daughter to help.
I thought they were trying to steal your Post Malone Oreos.
Well, they did earlier. Then they did, but
I mean, Mark,
you
that's
have tickets to go see the Post Malone, right? Who's going
I
with you
do.
for that?
I'm all ready for Posty and Jelly Donut.
You know darn well his name's not Jelly Donut. Who's going with you? Is it you and the boy, you and the girl, you and the lady, you and the daughter?
Me and the boy and a bunch of his friends. Because I'm the cool dad.
Okay.
Lord,
whatever you say, Pappy.
All right, Pappy.
You're the cool dad, huh?
You're the money bags.
Lord Alfred Hayes.
I got deep pockets, short arms,
and a short memory.
Yes.
Well, that's...
It's gonna be a fun time. Smokey's gonna be there.
I'm ready to see that. It'll be a fun show. Did not to change subjects, but did anybody hear? I guess it was Seth Rollins on some talk show the other day, and they had asked him about Hulk Hogan, like his thoughts on Hulk Hogan.
Hell yeah!
No, I did not.
Was it
you have to find the audio? It's very short.
Let's see if
but
I can.
he answers it. There may not have been a better answer for that question because you know damn well what he wanted to say, and then what he was allowed to say, he said. It's a great
McAfee?
reply. No, I don't think it was McAfee.
It was something on the Super Bowl. He's there
Mac
doing
McAfee.
like Radio Row.
Yeah, I think it was a radio, maybe a podcast.
Oh, I think I might have found it.
We tried to get him, but Jim said no guests.
No guess. Doesn't matter who it was.
Look, man,
Right.
rules
Jim
are
was
rules.
upset.
Without rules, we're just...
You're not a guest, you're a co-host.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're safe.
I was
Mark,
trying to-
speaking of which, I heard Mark's going to be a guest on the Take 3 T podcast this week.
Hell
How
yeah,
cool is
let's
that?
go.
Why not?
Getting
I'd
what
like
they
to. I'm waiting
deserve.
for my invite.
That's how I feel about Hulk Hogan getting booed on. If you are getting booed by the masses, there's a reason for it. All right. So I don't know if Hulk fully understands the scope, but people get what they deserve. So I'm happy to see it. I love to see it. And look, I said this before about the Hulkster. He's the guy that got me into this industry as far as love getting what they deserve.
I mean,
Wow.
there you go. Don't get more.
Say, like, he respects what Hulk did in the past and like what got him into professional wrestling, which I believe probably is all of us. Like they're absolutely.
We're
I
not
remember
here
watching
talking right now, the five of
without
us,
Hulk Hogan,
without
right,
Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Yes. Correct.
But then said like I think he goes on to say like maybe Hulk one day we'll get it and we'll apologize. And
Doubtful.
then
I have my
maybe
doubts.
We can move past where we're at, but until that moment happens, it's we're never going to move beyond where we're at.
Yeah,
Seth Rollins has a lot of love in his heart because
He does.
I don't think so, bud.
yeah. I mean, here's the
Well-
thing. I believe
I
in.
think admitting is a big first step. I'm not saying that
Sure.
will solve everything, but acting like his past transgressions never happened, you're never going to go beyond that. To go on the Pat McAfee show and be like, yeah, they kind of booed me. That surprised me.
Brother.
No, fucking didn't, brother. You know what happened.
And that he blamed it on the politics when The Undertaker was there.
Yes.
And he got cheered out of the building.
Mark from Texas, bigger Donald Trump
yeehaw.
supporter
Uncle Taker.
than Terry Bollea.
I was at WrestleMania 35 with Mark, and they trotted out Hulk Hogan to open WrestleMania 35 with Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
There were numerous people, numerous fans at 35 that stood up and turned their backs to that Hulk Hogan segment. Real American hit. They immediately started booing, stood up, and physically turned around. This was the cold open to WrestleMania. Everybody's hot and ready to see the show. And that's what they started out with. This was years ago. This was before the Donald Trump. This has nothing. The politics didn't fucking help.
Now, what's great is
beyond that.
So I watched and audio recorded the 51 minutes that Pat McAfee gave Bad Terry.
Ain't no need for that
on the podcast. Pat gave Bad Terry at least 3 opportunities to say anything about the racism. So, hey, there's other stuff that's going on. Is there anything you need to clear up? No, brother, I'm good. Let's talk about beer.
I mean,
So Pat McAfee tried to do the Lord's work,
right? Like there was a line about one Pat McAfee where he said about the I think it was the politics on the Pat McAfee show, and he's like, yeah, and the other stuff, and Hogan's like, yeah,
he's like, I'm sure there's other stuff too, and I know that Pat McAfee is a weird nebulous. Like, you either love him or you hate him, and the reason why you hate him is because he plays a very good chameleon.
That's a great description of Pat McAfee.
He can make you believe that he believes every single word that comes out of Aaron Rodgers' mouth, but then he also comes across as the most relatable dude you want to have a beer with and hang with. And he fills the entire spectrum. And I don't know if anybody has an accurate reading as to who or what Pat McAfee is, but Pat McAfee is all of it until later. I feel like I find out later.
I feel like it's Pat will always side with his friends. Brother Ayahuasca is a friend of his. Like, they are friends before the podcast. They were friends after the podcast. They're going to be friends moving forward for the rest of their lives. Does that mean that he makes great friend choices? No, probably not. But Pat McAfee will also be the person on his show that will call out the people for doing the wrong that they did. It's one of those things where I love watching Pat McAfee perform. I love watching him on WWE. Some of his podcast stuff is cool. I love watching him on College Game Day. I think he brought a spark of life to that show that it needed.
Yeah,
but
they could only lean on Lee Corso throwing a head on.
Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
So when I look at it from that perspective, it's almost like Pat is just loyal to his friends, and it's like he's loyal to a fault in it. Like, he's not going to turn his back on Aaron Rodgers now because Aaron Rodgers, he was friends with before he turned into the crazy ayahuasca guy. But he'll also tell Hulk Hogan, like, yeah, bud, there's other reasons why they booed you. Do you want to address them, or do you just want to keep sitting there underneath your fucking Real American Beer bandana and act like nothing's fucking wrong?
I like my beer, dude. Yeah, like
Mark, have you tried the Real American Beer yet?
Brother, I'd like to.
No,
Mike, they said, I mean, okay, I'm not asking, do they sell it in Florida? When you come up here in August, if I can't find it before then, can you bring up some Real American Beer? Because I do want to try it,
brother.
But I don't.
My favorite.
Gotcha.
My
brother.
favorite. So on the Pat McAfee show, they all toast some real American beers because they're panhandling to Bad Terry, and Pat cracks it open and drinks it, and he goes, tastes a lot like Busch Light.
By the way,
Says it to Terry's face.
I fucking love it.
Tastes like Busch Light.
Did you? I just learned something about.
It's different.
I just learned something about Busch beer recently. That the reason that they made that was basically to give the Budweiser, the Anheuser-Busch company, was to basically give a middle finger to Major League Baseball, because they wanted to name the stadium, the baseball stadium, Budweiser Stadium, and Major League Baseball wouldn't let them at the time. So they said, okay, we're going to name it after our family, the Busch family. So they named it, and then they created Busch beer.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
Then how did they get around Coors Field?
Well, this was back in like the 1920s or whatever. This was before.
Right during Prohibition.
Yeah.
By the 70s, they were like, "Oh, you guys can sell the licensing to your stadium.
Let's do that." Like I want to like Pat McAfee more than I do. I really do, because like he does seem like a real fun dude. Like he really, really does. I agree about College Game Day. If nothing, because I College Game Day as a whole program just kind of bothers me because a lot of it seems forced. But the thing I loved about this year.
Have you listened to this podcast?
Have you listened to the Take 3 Wrestling podcast? Because Joe sleeps through 90% of it.
Hey, he's been better since we've been live. I'll give little Joe credit. But the most fascinating thing with College Game Day this year was the bromance between Nick Saban and Pat McAfee.
Yes.
Like, if you would have told me 5 years ago that friggin' Pat McAfee would be feeding tomahawk steaks to Nick Saban,
wasn't on my bingo card.
dude, not at all.
Like, Nick Saban
Did somebody
became
just whistle?
a likable
Y'all gonna let
character.
the whistle slide?
Yeah, that was
There's
definitely.
the whistle.
Who was that?
The whistle goes.
Dogs are- the dogs are fighting, and there was a whistle.
But nobody's mouth pucker. Who the fuck whistled? Was it Alex? Was that brother John appearance?
That was little po boy. He was playing with Indy, and Indy must have heard him. He squeaked.
Poe whistled?
He whistled. That was Poe whistle. That was a
Holy
loud
hell.
whistle.
The old Poe whistle.
Poe
Be
whistle.
damned. I heard
But yeah.
something.
Nick
Now they're
Saban
growling.
is borderline likable now.
He is.
100%.
It's insane.
Mark,
Yeah.
where did Nick Saban used to coach?
Roll Tide.
Mark,
Pine
where
Creek-
did Nick
Pine Creek
Saban
Beef?
used to coach?
Nick Saban. He was in TNA, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he coached at TNA.
Yes, he was there with Elliot Sadler or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Elliot Ness.
Hermie.
Hermie Sadler.
Herpes Sadler.
Yes, that one too.
Herpes Stepler.
I mean, I will say between.
Smokey used to get
Herpes
that.
Stepler. No, don't say that.
Oh boy.
You
Between
did.
Saban and McAfee, the only other like shining light of College Game Day was Herb Street and his dogs.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Just remove Herb Street.
Yeah, just
dogs.
Just his dogs.
just put his dogs in the chair, and I will find it much more tolerable.
Didn't
What's
one dog
what's
go
the
in
name
the
of
chair?
the new dog?
He did.
Peter.
Peter.
Is it Peter? Yeah.
Peter's the new one. Ben was his
Ben
old
was the one who
Ben was the old.
has-
Okay.
Ben was his
Moved
old
on.
companion. Peter is his new puppy companion.
I also, to me, the greatest moment in game day this year was Shane Gillis calling Nick Saban Alabama Jones.
Oh.
Like, just put Shane Gillis on the fucking panel every week.
Him and Pat McAfee.
Oh my God. It was pure
Hilarious.
gold. Pure gold.
I thought
Shane,
that
a
the
local
best-
guy to this area, I think from Mechanicsburg, I think, right? Really local to
I think
us.
so,
Oh.
yeah.
Beautiful as
Hey, Dylan.
Charmy.
No, it's not. You know damn well it's not, Mark.
Never been there.
I don't think there's a time of year where Mechanicsburg, PA is beautiful.
You guys are gonna have to show me some of these beautiful spots when I make an appearance for the SummerFest.
Well, we're still
you
looking
live in-
for him. Yeah, Mechanicsburg. Born in
Oh,
Mechanicsburg.
nice.
Because
There's
Big Mac and Mrs. Big Mac will be
Miss Mary Mac.
Not
He went to
dox-
Trinity High School in Camp Hill.
Not to dox you or anything, but are you staying longer than just Mania week?
You mean SummerFest?
Yeah, SummerFest week.
We're probably gonna come up Thursday, and I'll probably leave like Monday.
Oh,
Please
We would
refresh the
love to
page.
introduce you to the Night and Day Diner.
I look forward to it.
that will
more than you
definitely
know.
happen.
Is it this year or next year?
I will say Thursday or Friday we will probably go to the Phillies game because I've never been to a baseball game at the
They're
bank.
really cool. Oh,
So you
So
gotta take Matt with you then.
anyone that wants to attend those games, we can try to play.
Probably
that
go
out
to a-
further
sell
in it.
tickets, Mark. You can go to a game.
Probably
You
go
don't
to a
have only
Phillies
go with
game.
Matt.
No, you
Just
gotta
'cause-
go with Matt.
I have a one of those like scratch, like where you take a quarter, you use a scratch off whenever you hit the stadium. So
Nice.
I'd like to cross that off my list.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
That's one of 3 stadiums I plan on attending this season. Obviously, I will go down to Marlins Park and catch a Marlins
Free
game because
concert.
it'll cost me $3.
Oh, and then you can go see the Tampa Rays play in
I will never step
Schottenheimer
foot
Stadium.
in George. I will never step foot in George H. Steinbrenner Field. Pass.
Oh, that's right, because you're a Red
I will
Sox
light,
fan.
I
Yeah.
will light it on fire first. So let's not do that. I'd like to not go to jail for arson.
I forgot they're playing. That's I totally forgot with all of
They're
the hell
playing
that
in
has been.
Summer League, Grapefruit League
Minor league
Stadium.
team, yeah. But I do have a day trip planned. Myself and 2 of my friends, my wife, one of their wives, and potentially one of our other friends. We're gonna take a trip to Boston. We're gonna go up Wednesday afternoon, play golf, and then Thursday day they play the Angels in a getaway game at
Nice.
like 1:00. So fly up, go to the game the next day, fly back, be at work by Friday.
Sounds
So-
right.
I did that. When did I do that? 2 years ago for Father's Day. I flew up, did a day game, flew back the same night. It was unfortunately also the night that the Boston Celtics season ended to the Golden State Warriors.
Oh.
And every flight at Logan International Airport was delayed for over 4.5 hours. Us and one other flight to Las Vegas were the last 2 flights to get out for the night. And literally, I'm at the gate watching the Celtics season end as a Celtic fan. I hand my boarding pass to the lady at the counter. She scans it, and I go, "Do me a favor, page the pilot. Tell him get this bitch in the air because they're gonna burn this place to the ground if we don't get the fuck out of here soon." She laughed her ass off. She's like, "Have a good night, honey." I was like, "You too."
God, fucking love that. Love that.
Get your flame retardant blanket.
Yep.
You
Gonna
can't
need-
say that word, Tim. Mentally challenged blanket.
Flame mentally challenged blanket.
Now you stop that right now. We're gonna get complaints again emailed into us.
You quit that.
Speaking
Well,
of the
Tim's the one-
association,
Oh God.
speaking of the association, yo, Shams is having a fucking trade deadline, ain't he?
Who's Shams?
He did on Thursday, that's for sure.
Yeah,
He's
this is
been
Tuesday,
He's
Tim.
been working all week.
Now he's working on buyouts. Who's getting bought out?
Oh God,
Joel
who is
Embiid.
getting
Joel
bought out?
Embiid. Joel Embiid.
No shot, my guy.
No.
That,
You guys
they
enjoy
ain't
that
got
contract.
That bill.
You guys enjoyed that contract for a while.
Yeah.
I thought Durant was going, and then
Jimmy buckets.
I'm so glad he got traded because I'm never getting another ESPN notification about him being suspended for 5 games for walking out.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Jiminy Buckets.
I love that Jimmy Buckets, his whole mentality is quit to greatness. It's great. It's the best. It's a flag to follow, kids.
Mhm.
If you don't like your situation, cry about it and then go someplace better.
Or just go someplace worse, like Dennis Schroeder saying something that it's kind of like a prison and then getting traded to Utah and then Utah being like, nope, we don't want him either.
And
Ricky Schroeder.
he's in Detroit now, right?
He'll fit in real well. Convicts and Cade Cunningham. Can't wait. I
Jay
can.
Ivy's there.
I can. It's Detroit.
True, yeah. If it's true, it's true.
That's
I
true.
mean, Man Campbell. isn't walking-
No, Matt. last week was down in Philly, caught a Flyers game. He got to see one of the Capitals shoot a puck really hard at Alex Ovechkin, and I think Ovechkin got a goal off that.
Hey,
right,
whatever it takes, man.
right for a goal.
He's
Fancy it up however you want to.
16 away, I believe.
Right off his walker, right? It was,
Hell
it
yeah,
was
right off the tennis
walker.
ball. Why do you think he puts the tennis balls on it? It's bouncier.
Yeah, I get it.
Good deflection. Good deflections.
See? So now we're no, we had one game on Sunday before we're off for the Four Nations face-off. But boys,
Go America.
I got some new games here.
All right.
So we had friends. We had a white elephant. Thing.
White elephant, Jimmy. That's funny.
It's a gift exchange, Mark. I don't know what's funny there, but in the white elephant exchange, I got a.
Mark's used to calling them a Yankee swap. That's the difference, I think.
That's what it is. That's a. So I have a couple of music trivia games, card games.
Bring it on.
We have a 90s and 2000s pop edition.
Okay, all right.
And we have a 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B edition.
I'm going to be 31 flavors of ass in either one of these.
Where do we want to start?
Both.
All right, well, let's start with the pop.
You would, white boy.
We'll do a
pop,
couple
pop.
there. All right, and if you know the answer, just shout it out. Why doesn't John from Goo Goo Dolls want to see the world to see him? Why
They're afraid that they won't understand?
Yeah, see, Mike gets it first.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to be bad at this game.
Sure did.
Mandy Moore is craving for you and missing you like what?
Candy.
She's a sweet girl.
What do the Spice Girls really, really, really want to do?
Zig a zig out.
Yeah, that's right. Tim got it.
I remember when you zig-a-zig-odd at college that one time?
I thought it was wanted to be your lover.
Died laughing.
Really want to zig
This is a multiple choice. In Don't Speak, what does Gwen Stefani have in her hands when she sits and cries?
An orange.
A, her head. B, her phone. C, her pillow. D, her heart.
Heart.
It is not heart.
Fuck.
It's not
Her
the
hand.
phone because phones weren't that popular back then.
Hand wasn't an option.
Are you sure it wasn't an orange? Oh, no, that was the fucking moldy oranges on the CD cover.
Yes.
Smokey wishes his
Spiders.
face.
So we're down to head, phone, and pillow.
Spiders.
It's got to be a pillow.
Nope.
Her head.
Head.
Hey, I'll take the point.
Is the correct answer.
Take it.
None of the points.
Smokey will take the head.
Jesus Christ, Mark. And we were about to have the segs.
In Step by Step, what did New Kids on the Block say step one was?
They'll have lots of fun.
We can have lots of fun.
I knew Mark would
Thank
fucking.
God.
I knew he would.
Pass.
Step one. We'll have
Jennifer
lots of fun.
Page said that it's just a little what?
Crush.
Crush.
That's a great song.
Darn good,
Great
Jim.
song. In You Ought to Know, what is Alanis Morissette here to remind you of?
Of the mess you left when you went away.
That's right. Mark got it.
Wow, Mark.
He's on fire. In You Were Meant for Me, what does Jewel hear at 6 a.m.?
Not a dentist fixing those teeth.
Was it wasn't the something
Don't
about the
be
coffee
rude.
or something?
It was
Don't
what?
be rude.
No. Did you say coffee?
Okay, hold on. He said coffee.
It is
What's
not
wrong with
coffee.
Hold on, let me get there in my head real quick.
Pouring rain.
No. Good guess.
Doggone it, what was it? Jewel's a beautiful woman from Homer, Alaska. Smokey, beautiful this time of year.
Canada Light.
She probably had a joint.
3 seconds.
I know that I
The
have
clock.
melody.
The clock.
It was the clock.
Was
You say
the
the clock, Jim, with an L.
Was with the clock with an L. The clock. Clock. In
Hounds of
truly madly deeply, where does Darren from Savage Garden want to stand with you?
On a mountaintop.
On a mountain. Natalie Imbruglia is torn and all out of what?
All out of love.
Faith?
No. What
think
did you
that's
say,
Faith.
Mark?
I didn't say it, but I think it was Faith.
It was Faith.
Oh,
She's
that
out
was
of
I
faith.
Matt.
said it.
Okay, Mark. I'll do
You
I
know,
it.
can't
that's a
wait for
cover.
none of you to get any of the fucking hip hop and R&B stuff.
I'll say
I have a shot at that one. I feel
You're
like.
Yeah,
yourself,
will.
Because I've
Ben.
been too.
I'm a white man of a certain size. I'm invited to the cookout.
There you go. There's I'll do a couple more of these and we'll hop over to hip hop and R&B. In I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, why does Steven from Aerosmith want to keep his eyes or want to close his eyes or fall asleep?
Today, Stevie.
Because he doesn't want to miss a thing.
No.
I didn't hear what the
He
question
doesn't
was.
want to miss a smile.
Nope. And I don't want to miss a
Because I'll
thing.
miss you.
I don't want to miss your
He,
kiss.
he'll miss you. Mike got it. In Believe, where do you keep pushing Cher?
In the ass.
She's a good-looking woman for like 95.
You push her aside.
Plastic doesn't age.
Aside is the correct answer, but hold on, I gotta
Push me aside and
timestamp that for Ryan. Let's see. 30.
Yeah.
Stop that.
It's
Sounds
just
like
a
a
Swedish
goddamn
chef.
basset hound.
You believe
She's the Swedish chef.
The Swedish chef / basset hound.
Jesus.
I
Yeah,
went
sounds
roller
like-
skating one time in my youth, in my younger age, and they played that song like 3 times at the roller rink.
That
And I
shit
will
was hot in
always-
99.
Always, in my
Okay.
mind, put myself at a roller rink when I hear that fucking song.
Oh, I thought you
and
were
I
gonna say
hated
put something
once.
in your ass.
No, there, in shares.
Oh,
You weren't
shit.
listening, Jim. God damn it.
Got it.
So
Too
that
dry.
played 3 times at your roller rink. How about the fact that we listen to 90s music on the DirecTV channel at work, and I get to listen to Who Let the Dogs Out at least 2 times a day.
Oh, fuck that.
The body was nice, the body was jumping.
I wanted to.
There's
The
that job, whatever they're paying you, Mike, it's not enough.
The one time it came on, I looked right at the sheriff and I go, "Can I borrow your gun?"
And he's just
I don't know where
He goes,
you work.
"I'll shoot it."
That you've got Who Let the Dogs Out and a sheriff. Where are you at? The OK
I work
Corral?
at I work at a gambling establishment where we have sheriffs as our security guards.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
All right, so now we are on
Roscoe
the
P. Coltrane.
If we can't answer 3 in a row, just bail.
all right, 90s and 2000s
Just
Repent.
hip hop
ready.
and R&B edition.
Just bail if we can't get 3.
In 7 days, what did Mary J. Blige say they did on Tuesday? This is a multiple choice. A, they went away. B, they played a game. C, they came back. D, they wanted to have the sags.
E, they went to Roots Country Market.
No, they didn't. Nobody did that.
A, I'm gonna say A.
The
I think
first
it's
question would be a Mary J. Blige question, and I don't. Really
it is
care
not
for
A.
Mary J.
Ah,
So you're down to they played a game. They came back. They wanted.
They played a game.
and we were about to have the segs.
It is they played a game. Good job, Mike.
Yeah, Mac.
We are on the board. What did Erykah Badu say to the brothers after greeting the sisters?
Erica Fondue.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
My God. Okay, we have a graphic for this on the Take 3 Wrestling podcast that the views expressed by Joe do not reflect that of the rest of the
I
Take.
bet Joe would slam dunk all of these, by the
He
way.
probably
I
would,
would
but
too,
the
man.
views expressed in this segment by intern Mark, do not reflect that of Mike, Ryan, Tim, Jim, or the rest of 3 Count Thursday or Take 3.
What about
Can you repeat the question? And well, no, don't. I don't know this answer.
what about Joe, that furry little fella? He would know it.
He actually probably would. That's the fucking sick part.
Is y'all all right?
Yeah.
Little all right.
I mean, I wish it would have told us that it was what song it was from. Jesus, you have to figure out the entire discography.
What did Donnell Jones say in the message to his girl?
What up,
Do
B?
any of y'all know who Donnell Jones is?
I do
I
not.
don't want to leave.
I do not. No, that is.
You up for anal?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, bend
No,
over.
no. I'm answering a direct question, Jim. You can't split that for the future.
Yeah, he can. Yes, he
Oh
can.
my god.
Got him.
I guess Smokey will just have to get down on hands and knees and just take it.
That's 2 tonight, Ryan. 2 on this show.
hate this fucking show.
He's like an old
You know what,
Smokey.
Jim? You can blame yourself because last week you looked at me and go, the guys have actually been fairly good about not having me have to edit 39
Oh,
minutes.
you shouldn't have said that.
Here it comes, boys.
I don't have
Yeah.
to say that. I don't drop that word anymore. That's old.
What word?
2024 Ryan.
That was old Smoke.
Well, there it is.
There
Uh-oh.
it is.
This is new
I just
Smoke.
wanted to. I just needed to remember if it was the word or the other one.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, says Mark.
Yep. That's...
oh.
All right.
That was
Come on now. There's no need to keep saying it.
Well, you shouldn't have jinxed it.
Well, I tried not to. Mike's got them loose
Yeah.
lips.
You can blame the
Third time.
guest.
The third
I'm not
time's
going to put it
charm.
on him. You put it on him, not me.
In a way, I did.
Smokey
Donnell
said.
Jones said he is not coming home. He's not coming
Of
home.
course. Yeah.
What time was Genuine home alone? There's a multiple
Pony.
choice. 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock,
5.
12 o'clock,
No.
or 9 o'clock.
Damn it.
Probably 9 o'clock.
It's 9
AM or
o'clock.
PM.
9 o'clock. Intern Mark got
9
that
a.m.
one.
9 o'clock on the...
What does Boys to Men want you to do after you close your eyes and make a wish?
And turn up.
Blow out that
Blow
candle.
out the candlelight.
Blow out the candlelight.
Yes.
How did Carl Thomas know it was love at first sight?
When he saw that walking down the mall.
No.
Wouldn't you shit if that was the? Oh shit! Yeah, it is right.
He does.
Oh damn!
God
I don't know
damn.
who that is. I've never heard that. That must be an early '90s.
Yeah, I've never.
Bob.
When I saw her at the Cinnabon, Smokey. That's how we knew.
No.
When I saw her getting out the car, I don't know. I got nothing.
Nope. Tim, any guesses?
None.
From the way she looked at him. From the way
Of
she
course.
looked at him.
She gave him the fuck me eyes.
That's right. Trey Songz doesn't want to leave, but what does he got to do?
Turn off the iron.
No. No.
He's gotta go to Publix and pick
Perhaps
out
he-
some celery.
You know what? I'll give you that one. He's got to go right now.
Oh, shoot. He's got to go right now.
Close
Good,
enough.
good. Good answer. Good answer.
According to Alicia Keys, some people live for fortune, fame, power, and what else?
Live just
Money.
to play the game.
There you go, Tim.
Attaboy.
Alicia Keys. I want to go see her. in
Well, you
concert.
can't. She still has that restraining order out on you.
Are you serious?
I am.
He
That
told me
makes
no
sense.
one would get in the way of my feelings.
What was the name of the girl D'Angelo met in Philly?
Monique.
No.
Go ahead, Smokey. Say something. You're just dying to.
I'm gonna say her name was Jennifer.
No.
I don't know.
Cynthia.
Brown sugar.
Ah.
So, real quick before we continue, because I didn't get your guys' opinion on this, but last Thursday, it was announced that the Hall of Fame class would be Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp. No,
Where did they wrestle?
Eli Manning.
No. Wow. Okay.
Sorry
That's.
that I didn't bring this up sooner, guys. My apologies.
I'm shocked they didn't see that news until today on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I logged off the Twitter for a very specific reason.
Dang.
Come Tuesday.
That's it.
I'm very surprised that Eli didn't get first ballot. I don't think he should have. To me, I still argue that Eli Manning should not be a Hall of Famer. But when you're a two-time Super Bowl champion, two-time Super Bowl MVP, and your dad's Arch Manning and your brother's Peyton, you're going to get in.
Couldn't get Venetarian.
That was more the one that I was like,
Vinatieri's a shock.
Reggie Wayne not getting in again.
How many years has he been eligible?
Let me. double check real quick.
He retired in 2014, so he would have been eligible in 2019, right?
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
So 5 years.
Mark, we're talking about professional football. It's something you're probably not familiar with hearing, being a Lions fan.
Better yet, listen to this
6 year of eligibility.
Listen to this list. These are the guys who didn't get in the Hall of Fame tonight. Eli Manning, Adam Vinatieri, Steve Smith Sr., Reggie Wayne, Luke Kuechly, Terrell Suggs, Marshall Yonda, and Fred Taylor.
Smokey, didn't you go to school with this Terrell Suggs?
The fact that Steve Smith Sr. didn't get in.
I feel like receivers have such a hard time.
Darren Woodson, too.
It took Art Monk like 20 plus years to get in, which was absurd.
The Baseball Hall of Fame is a Travis Sham mockery. So is the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I think the NBA Hall of Fame gets it right, but it's not the NBA Hall of Fame; it's the basketball. Hall of Fame.
Well,
So
I mean, technically the football one is the pro football, but I mean, it's the NFL.
Yeah, and until He Hate Me go in, it's the NFL.
Goddamn right.
Travis, was it Travis Maddox?
Tommy
Maddox.
You put some respect on the MVP
of the LA Extreme.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There's
sorry to send us in the opposite direction.
No, that's fine.
You're
That's
good.
fine.
Have you not heard Tuesday's show?
I have, but we were enjoying not being able to know what Monica wanted on some random song from 1999.
That's fine. We'll get back to that game on another day. Mark wore out his almost racism quota for the.
We were getting real close.
Yeah.
No, we weren't.
I got a little nervous.
The only way that could have been worse is if he'd have been like the name of D'Angelo's girl was Taquanda Leafa.
Yeah, right. Like
pretty close.
Probably.
That's what he said. That's what I heard.
And
Actually,
Jim's
that's what Hillbilly
clip
said.
doesn't last that long.
No. I'd have to I'd have to track it.
How many questions are in each pack, Jim?
Actually, I don't even
Come
know.
on, Jimmy.
Probably 100.
We definitely did better as a group with the pop, right? Just in general. I mean, definitely.
it's a big stack of cards. I mean, it's
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, it's
Not too bad.
a big stack.
And just pop and hip hop. No rock.
Yeah, no, I just got two of them. I got 90s, 2000s
I mean, I'm
hip
not
hop and
upset.
R&B, and then the pop. So I'm sure they do have a rock one. Also, over the weekend, we at the same gathering we played Uno No Mercy. Have you guys heard of Uno No Mercy?
Yes.
Sounds awful.
So good.
So it has, it's regular Uno, but for their wild cards, they have a reverse draw for. So if the game's going clockwise and you play that card, the person to your counterclockwise direction has to draw 4. They have draw 6s. They have draw 10s. You can stack draws as long as they're equal or greater to. So if I play a draw 6 to Mike has a draw 6. He can put that on mine. It goes plus 12 to the next person. If the next person has a draw 10, they can put it on. Now it's plus 22 to the person next to that one. And it can keep going theoretically. You can set a mercy rule at if you have 25 hands in your deck, you can be out for the game. There is if you can't.
That's actually as long as Devin's, as I heard, 25 long.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, if you can't, if there's not enough cards in the draw pile to draw the number of cards you need to, then you're out for the game. There's ones where you can you rotate one direction like clockwise for the cards. You can swap decks with people. Like it's insanity.
That's way too many fucking rules.
No, it's fucking great. It was a goddamn blast. I like we played it at a friend's house. I bought it that night when I got home.
Oh,
It's so much
Can't wait
fun.
to be drinking real American beer playing that with you guys.
Oh my god. And power bombing Mark through a table.
Well,
Sign me up.
you know.
Did anybody bring any other games? I have plenty. Oh,
Yeah, what? Plenty.
Mike's got one.
Good and plenty.
Ugh,
I have two blind rankings that I'd like for
Oh,
you
we
guys
love
to.
blind
love
ranking.
them.
Yes, I didn't see that coming.
First one will be Nickelodeon game shows.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
All right, 1 through 5, 1 being the best game show, 5 being the worst, obviously.
I'm glad somebody sets the ground rules instead of us trying to figure it out on the fly.
Figuring out what Jim wants.
First up,
And also, thank you, Mac, for knowing you were going to join here and sending us the memo that you were going to have 2 games ready for today.
you're very welcome, gentlemen. You're very welcome.
It's all we would ever ask for in like a run sheet. You have
We're
done
not asking
far
for
more
much.
than we ever expected. What, Mark?
Oh,
We're
fuck
not asking for
yourself.
much.
Not much
Just
at
a little
all.
communication.
First up, Figure It Out.
Well, that was a good one.
That was okay. That had the big head, right? Summer Sanders, was she the host?
Summer Sanders. I'd probably put that at a 3.
All the way live, Summer Sanders.
Yeah, I think that's a 3 or 4. I think that's a good baseline show.
I think
Yes.
3 because there's 2 in my head that are better than it.
Okay.
There's a couple more that I can think of for sure better.
Yeah.
I would say 3.
Yeah.
I'm fine with 3.
All right, number 3 is Figure It Out. Next up, Double Dare 2000.
Ooh, probably 4.
Yeah, that
Not the
one.
worst.
That one was like the lost era of.
Yeah, I love the concept of the show. If it was any other Double Dare, probably 1.
Probably.
See, but that's the thing. This could be our only Double Dare.
Yep. That we're
I know, but
screwed.
that's like saying if we're ranking the NWO Silver, and having to put that at 1.
Well, it's like if we're ranking regular game shows and they say whammy, like
Ooh.
you know,
Oh,
well
you say 5.
this
I
could
love-
like this could be our only press your luck type game. But yeah, but whammy sucks.
Whammy did
Sure
suck.
does.
All right.
I'll go
Y'all
Double
wanna-
Dare. I say 4.
I like Double Dare at 4 as well.
Let's do it.
Double Dare
I'm okay with
2000
that.
at 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Next up, you hit the nail on the head. There is another Double Dare here. It's the Family Double Dare.
That was a
Double
good
Dare.
one.
Double Dare.
That's 1 or 2.
I say
I'm
1.
gonna put that at 1 because Big Mac almost had a stroke saying it.
Thank you. So I have to fucking say it again.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you remember when Family Double Dare was on Saturday nights?
Was that on the
No,
Snick
I was
Hour?
busy watching WCW.
I remember whenever they used to have it at Universal. I came down once from Virginia for a big summer vacation, and we went to like a live taping of the show at Nickelodeon studio inside Universal. It was really cool. Next up,
Did you see Harvey?
I didn't. Next up, Guts.
Fuck. Yeah, that's number 2. I love that. Really, Mark?
Yeah, I
Which
wasn't a big fan of
now
Guts.
that
It's
sucks.
40.
That's because you don't have it.
Right.
Gut.
I didn't have
This
no
is-
guts.
Here's what sucks. It does belong at 2, but there's 2 game shows that are left in my head that he can pick from. One of them could be a 5 on this list. One is absolutely not a 5.
Yeah, I know
What
where
is
you're.
the one in your head that's not a 5?
The one that's not a 5 is Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yep.
The one that can be a 5 is Nick Arcade.
Yes,
Yes.
Nick Arcade. I'm
What
fine
about
putting that at 5.
Finders Keepers?
I am big on Nick Arcade.
Finders Keepers was trash. That can go at 5.
But man, I don't know how we can put Guts at 5.
We can't. We can't.
So it's got to be
Guts
2.
is number 2.
It's got to be
Guts
2.
is a 1. Guts and Family Double Dare are 1-2.
Yeah.
All right.
I would put Legends of the Hidden Temple above everything on this list. That would be a number 1 for me.
Are we
It
locking
will
in?
kill me if it is Legends, but
Yeah.
we have to lock Guts, in.
Guts
it.
Guts is
Guts
it.
is 2,
Guts
yeah.
is 2. for
Cookie
sure.
was a blue barracuda.
All right. So number 1 is Family Double Dare. Number 2 is Guts. Number 3 is Figure It Out. Number 4 is Double Dare 2000, and your number 5 is Legend.
God damn
of
it.
the Hidden Temple.
No.
Dumbest list ever. The worst list. We don't even try it.
Fuck.
That ain't
What
right.
idiot said to put Figure It Out at 3?
All of us?
All of us.
Oh, God. Oh.
To be fair,
Standard
I forgot
Goddess.
about Legends of the Hidden Temple until we
Yeah.
got to the fucking point. Because in my head, I'm like, so here's where he fucked me.
My Nick Arcade was stuck in there too, that he was going to slide that up, and I was fine with that at a 4 or a 5. as
Not
well.
gonna lie.
Where I got
Finders keep-
screwed.
That
Yeah.
doesn't work for me, brother.
I went back and forth when I was making the list of either Double Dare 2000 or Finders Keeper. And I purposely went Double Dare 2000, knowing that I was going to lead with that and then go to the other Double Dare just to see
And
if
that's where you fucked us.
That's
Because
I was
it
seeing if I could trip
one-
you guys up.
I was expecting one, like, especially like,
Mhm.
for example, because you could have done Guts and Global Guts.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when you said Double Dare 2000, I'm like, okay, there's no more Double Dares, and that's why I was fighting to push Double Dare 2000 up as a Double Dare representative.
Makes sense.
But
Yeah.
What was it,
well,
what was
now
the,
I
the
know for your
referee's
next
name?
one, Mr. Trickeration.
I mean, do you guys want to roll right into that one?
Might as
'Cause-
well.
Third,
Might as
Darn
well.
right.
So this is final challenges on game shows.
Oh,
So the
Okay.
the final challenge of a game show.
Okay.
Love that. I love this.
Okay.
All right, all right.
First up, we will stay with Legends of the Hidden Temple, and we will go with the Temple Run.
God, that Temple Run was
That
great.
was pretty good.
That was great.
By the way, guys, to put the monkey on, it's 3 pieces. I don't know why people thought it was rocket science and had to like
Right,
one
base,
leg over
torso,
here.
arm. How
I
hard
don't
is
get
that?
to 10-year-old kids vary.
That's
and the
fair.
base is the one that has the box protruding out of the bottom.
Right, that's clearly the base.
Yeah.
And it
Somebody
has
tried
to
to
go
put the head on
facing the
and
crowd.
the head
Head with the
is
base
the
on
one with
top.
the giant rod.
Yeah.
Kids are
Here's
stupid.
my only gripe about that. You went the whole game and you wanted to get, what were they called? The tokens of life?
pendants.
Yes.
The pendant of life or whatever. And most teams ended up with 1.5, and that fucking half never did anything for you. That half was just a waste.
Well, a Temple Guard would take it.
A temple guard would take a full one, but that half one gets you nothing. You're out of the fucking temple.
Right.
Got a good point.
That said, there are some really, really good closers. I'm always willing to set a baseline at 3 or 4 for the first one, unless it's like, are these for only Nickelodeon shows?
No, these are all game shows.
This could actually be 5.
Which is crazy.
Right. But this could be the 5th bet, because think of
here's the deal.
all of your game shows. Yeah.
Final Jeopardy isn't that great compared to a temple run.
Come on.
Final
But it's-
Jeopardy?
But Final Jeopardy is a challenge compared to like the temple run. You have so many outs, kids not knowing how to solve a simple puzzle.
That's what Final Jeopardy is.
Kids that couldn't figure out how to work the puzzle but knew how to read a lot of books.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm sorry, I judge education over athletics.
At 5. I'd have to go 4 at the lowest.
That's why my
That's why
favorite
you never
football
hit
team is 3.0 University of Colorado.
Should we go 4?
Academics, baby. I'm fine with 4.
I'm okay with the 4.
All right, let's do 4.
All right. The Temple Run is at 4. Next up, from one of the longest running game shows of all time, it is the Showcase Showdown from
1.
The Price is Right.
That's tough to beat.
Not
I fucking
1.
love the showdown.
So
Yeah,
do
the
I, but
showdown
it's
is
not 1.
wonderful.
That is tough to beat.
It's 2.
What would beat it?
What
Tim?
better?
Yeah.
When this motherfucker pulls out Aggro Crag and you guys are sitting here at the fucking, or not the Aggro Crag. Yeah, Aggro Crag.
Yeah, the
No,
aggro
what was
crag.
the, yeah.
Yeah,
the
it is the
fucking
aggro
big-
crag.
Yeah, that big fucking rock up the fucking shit. That's fucking hard.
Yeah, but Bob
That's
Barker
just
has
a
the
rock
places-
wall.
It's more
It's a
than a
rock
rock
wall
wall.
with
You gotta
some glitter.
zigzag up shit. There's shit falling on you. All you do is guess.
I'm just gonna
guess
I'm
without
just gonna
going
keep my
over.
poker face on so you guys don't know what's coming next.
There's also he could also go American Gladiators and the fucking obstacle course at the end of American Gladiators. That shit's fucking hard.
Are we? It's not the challenge of it.
Yes, it's the challenge.
Read
It's
the question
final
again.
challenges.
Correct. So it's the final.
It was
final
ranked the
segment.
final challenges, not based off of difficulty.
Right, like it's not how challenging is it? Which you still have to
Either
get.
way, the aggro crag and the fucking obstacle course at the end of American Gladiators, both infinitely more fun than a yacht and a trip and a refrigerator.
But in the classic ones, Johnny Olsen would appear in drag, and that was
Who
always
the fuck is Johnny Olsen?
I'm going to act like you didn't say that, Tim.
I'm going to say it again. Who the fuck is Johnny
Look, man, you got to know how much.
All right, here we go. Everybody, there's 4 of us. Where do you rank it? Let's find out where everybody ranks it individually, and then we'll fight amongst each other.
I
Jim.
can't put it at 1 anymore.
Mark.
I got to go at 1. I got to.
Tim.
Look at Smoke.
Tim's convinced me it's not 1. I don't think it's as low as 3. I'd be happy at 2.
I will be willing to concede to 2.
Are we
But
in agreement on
the
2?
aggro crag.
All right, I'll go with 2.
All right.
You beat it
1.
out of me. You beat it out of me. I'll go to 2.
There it is.
I'm on
Next
2.
up,
The aggro crag.
There it-
Fuck yes, 1.
I told you, Tim, that's got to be 1. I told you nothing's going to beat the aggro crag. Nothing.
It's just a rock wall with a couple falling foam rocks. You got to light up 5 different actuators or whatever. Half the time, the fucking thing didn't even work, even though the kid hit it, which was bullshit. Had to go back and hit it again.
Challenge, fun, exciting. You got a
3.
piece of the radical rock.
See here, man. But the problem is, you made me think about the final in American Gladiators.
There's so many game shows you got to think about.
Because I'd go, I Gladiators. We had, that's the one you had me willing to move the showcase.
I mean, he could
showdown
also
on.
pull out the final puzzle at Wheel of Fortune, which is fucking dumb.
It's hard as shit.
It is hard as
The
shit.
final puzzle, RSTLNE,
Yes.
they give you all the good letters.
I consider myself a Wheel of Fortune savant.
Yeah, same.
But when I get to the final puzzle,
There's a lot of times, man.
I lose English.
Well, and the
English is gone.
well, and the thing that's so hard about it is you have 4 seconds to fucking do it.
And it's a 7. It's like a 9-letter word.
Well, anymore, it's bullshit because it's like a full fucking phrase.
Yeah.
They're long ass words anymore. It's bullshit.
If you guys want to put the fucking, if y'all want to disrespect the aggro crag and you want to fucking do this and you want to put it at 3, be my guest.
I'm going
And
3.
Get in the comments.
I'm going 3.
Yeah, let us know. I'd like to know because this one seems very fucking divisive amongst the
It
group.
does.
Where this one will tear us apart. Actually, I'm also going 3.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, let us take a second of what other final challenges he could bring forward.
Right.
There's the fucking American Gladiators obstacle course. There is Fast Money on the Family Feud.
Fast Money's great.
Fast Money's good.
There's Final Jeopardy.
Neither of those
There's
are better than
Final-
the
the Final
Showcase Showdown.
There is
I'm sure Mark can name 100 of them from stupid games like Match Game.
there's the
Yeah.
Pyramid Race.
Yep, the big final match.
Pyramid Race
Yeah,
is fun.
I've been watching Hot Potato. That's
God,
was a
you
classic game
you
show.
make me sad for you.
What's the Card Sharks? What was Card? A higher,
Oh,
lower?
That's where
Yeah,
the host
you gotta go.
shot himself.
All of it higher than the 4. Ooh, a 7. Yay! I take $200.
There's
$200 lower, Tip. $200 lower than the 7.
You had to
Well,
ask him, Ryan.
It depends on how tricksy he wants to be because he could do the race against what's the fucking the game show where it's like 3 people going against a really smart British dude.
Oh,
Wall. No.
Win
the
Ben
chase.
Stein's money.
the chase.
The chase.
What did you?
He
What
could
was it called,
easily
Mark?
do the
Win Ben
chase.
Stein's money.
Oh, that was a fun
the,
show.
the against Ben. 7
Yeah.
questions against Ben.
God, there's so many good ones.
big bucks, no whammy, stop.
Oh, big bucks.
I watch that every night.
I'm gonna go 3 on Aggro Crag.
All right, I'll go 3 with Aggro Crag.
Yeah,
This
Mark.
shit-eating grin. This shit-eating grin. He knows he's got us right where he fucking wants us. We're gonna
The double
'cause
dare.
He's gonna give us. He's gonna
Obstacle
give us the gristliest gristle here at 4, and then he's gonna hit us with if gristle shit and make us
left?
put it at
What's
1.
left?
I,
You have one
You
and-
have
one and
you
four?
have 1 and 5.
1 and
1
5?
and 5.
And I have these down because
we have a
I want to
fuck
see what
sandwich
Matt
here.
says about these next week.
I'm excited.
All right.
You guys
Gristle one.
save. You guys saved this spot. It's the one you guys have been sitting here back and forth on the most. The Eliminator.
One.
That is from the American Gladiators.
That is the American Gladiators.
But here's the thing. Now, the last one he has is probably going to be a world beater that's going to make us
I
fucking
hope
hate
it's
everything.
the final word of Wheel of Fortune. Just so that has to be 5.
Yeah. I'm locked. Eliminators 1. This is the one that moved Showcase Showdown out for me.
All right, so at number 1 we have the Eliminator. At number 2 we have the Showcase Showdown. At number 3 we have the Aggro Crag. At number 4 we have the Temple Run. At number 5 it's one of my favorite final games of a show. And I actually told myself if I ever came into money, I would build almost like an escape room to be the reflection of this game down to this T. Number 5 from
It's
Supermarket
Russian roulette with a hobo.
From Supermarket Sweep, it is the big sweep.
That's tough. That's
You hate to
fucking
see
tough.
that. Tim's upset at
I
David
broke
Rupert's
Tim.
sweaters.
I have won the game, boys.
That's tough. God, Tim's left the room. Supermarket Sweep is the game show that I've loved that I always forget about. Always forget about it.
Okay, so the key here was just literally me moving the chess pieces around and watching it because you guys were like, "Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna put like Final Jeopardy." I don't watch Jeopardy. I'm stupid.
I mean,
don't
I
watch
am
Wheel of
too,
Fortune.
but I still love
I
Jeopardy.
don't watch Wheel of Fortune all that much because most of the time I'm not home at 7:00.
That's fair.
I'm at work. Then I was like, "Ooh man, how do I order these?" Because I set the order before you guys started talking, and I was just like, I have to start with the Temple Run because Legend of the Hidden Temple is going to be.
Did you change the order as we
No.
were discussing it? So what
Nope.
you had written down is what you
Was
had
the
in-
order
wow.
off? Yep, that was the order off.
That was
So
time
Temple
and
Run
thought.
should have been 5.
Honestly, hearing that, yeah, and then Showcase Showdown, I would have put it 4. Wow.
See, I still have.
Actually, I would have put Aggro Crag at 5, Temple Run at 4, Showcase Showdown at 3. Dude,
Big sweet
the
baby.
Eliminator, then probably Eliminator. I would have kept Eliminator 1.
Eliminators 1, man. Like
The Aggro Crag, then, if it's not just a rock wall, it is just the Eliminator Junior,
Which makes it 2.
which makes it no.
which makes it no.
I
I
think
need
our
to
list
take a
is
fucking
fine, but
blood pressure pill after that.
I think the big sweep is a solid 3, and you move our 3 and 4 down to 4 and 5.
I put the big sweep above Showcase Showdown.
So do I.
Easy.
Except I put Aggro Crag at 2.
I probably I love the Showcase Showdown, but yeah, I'd probably go big sweep over that. So I'd go Eliminator, Sweep, Showcase, Aggro Crag, Temple Run.
Because here's how I judge it, right?
You put the
If I-
Aggro Crag on top of the Temple Run Gym?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm cool.
Shout out Buffalo Bill quarterback Josh Allen, your 2024 most valuable player.
That's fucking lame.
Most undeserving fucking dude in the hit. Well, I'm
Sure
glad it's
is.
not Lamar.
Yeah, that's fucking lame.
It was his from the beginning of the fucking season.
Yeah, it was.
Only person that could have beat him was Saquon.
It should have been Saquon.
And he should have.
Correct. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but anyone that's going to sit here and say it was Lamar Jackson, no, it was Saquon or.
So and Dan Patrick said it on Thursday on his show. He's like, if Saquon doesn't win, we will never see a running back win the MVP in our lifetime.
I
Correct.
agree with that. unfortunately.
Yeah. Like it's it is such a disrespect to that position and that player for him to not win it this year. Yeah,
He is the most valuable for the simple fact that the last year when Saquon was not on that team, the Eagles shit the bed so fucking hard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say shit the bed so hard. 2 years ago, they were in the Super Bowl without him.
And y'all were basically undefeated in the first half of the season, and then you swept yourself.
Well, that's exactly how it happened.
Exactly.
With less talented receivers and a younger Jalen Hurts, we made the Super Bowl without him. You take Josh Allen off the Buffalo Bills, who is there?
Did you not have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith in the Super Bowl?
Devontae, was he in the Super Bowl?
I believe you had the exact same offense minus Jason Kelce.
I didn't think he was there. Okay. Well, Jason Kelce's gone today, right? We had Kelce then. I didn't think maybe Devontae has been around long enough. Yeah, I guess it's been longer than 2 years.
Let me
2022.
I'm pulling it up here.
I'm just saying, there's no question that Saquon Barkley is the offensive player.
So the Eagles leading receivers for the Eagles in that game: Devonta Smith 7 catches, 100 yards; AJ Brown 6 for 96 and a touchdown.
I apologize.
Dallas Goedert 6 for 60. Yeah.
Same offense.
So the big difference minus Saquon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to the Super Bowl without him.
You did.
And you take Josh Allen off the Bills. The fucker, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, and the year before
beating the Bills.
And last year when you guys lost 32-9 to the Buccaneers, your running back was DeAndre Swift.
You don't have to bring up the fucking score, Dick.
I mean,
you didn't have to.
When you didn't have a good running back and you got smoked, now you got a good running back. Now you're playing for the Super Bowl.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
I was using it more as a full circle moment because, the 10 carries for 34 yards from DeAndre Swift in a playoff game.
There were some Eagle fans that were thinking like Swift was the future for the Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Eagles.
no, he's the future of something. It's the future guy blocking for Caleb Williams.
Well,
that's right. That is right.
Oh, and by the way, sorry to break you guys with 2 blind rankings.
No, you're good.
No, that's fine.
I officially made Tim quit.
Tim.
No, so full disclosure, there was a car horn going off somewhere in our cul-de-sac.
Gotcha.
I couldn't tell if it was one of ours, and I didn't want to be the asshole at 10:45 at night having a car horn blaring.
Yeah,
that tracks. That makes sense.
That's a good call. That is a good.
Because I'm a responsible citizen of my fair city.
Anything?
Now, to go back to the Mac's last blind ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Physically, there's probably only one we'd be able to get through ourselves, and that's the Showcase Showdown, right?
I could do the big sweep.
I feel like the big sweep.
That's a lot of running.
No, it's not. It's a lot of control. It's a lot of
you're right. I'm sorry.
Have you tried to stop running, Tim?
Yes.
Have you tried to start running lately?
What's your goal on the big sweep? And you had a team to do it, so you could tag out. What's your thought on that? Are you going after the bonuses?
You couldn't tag out.
The big sweep. The
big sweep was you and your partner was standing there just making sure you had shopping carts ready.
Oh, that's right. You had to get the 3 puzzles.
Here's the deal. If we get into the big sweep, because Miss Big Jim and I have talked about Supermarket Sweep when the Leslie Jones version came back out, and if we ever got in that show, she was doing the big sweep. I wasn't in charge of that.
Me and Carol had the conversation, and I would be doing the big sweep.
Yeah, no, Dana.
I can do the big sweep.
Yeah, Miss Big Jim is
the sweep isn't the end of the game. Then the end of the game is the 3 questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That you have
to hide, right?
Correct.
You have to run and find something. 1, 2, 3, and behind the third one was the stack of money.
That's the
actual closing game of
correct.
that.
Okay.
Correct.
The big sweep.
I don't actually know what the name of that game is.
Nobody does.
I think it is called
the big sweep. Is where it's at, and that's where 3 different competitors are running.
Teams 1, 2, and 3, and
gotcha.
And you switched back and forth, didn't you?
No,
no.
Could. No,
I'm sure you could.
No, because he always used to ask when they got done with the second round. They said, "Who's running the sweep?" And one from each team would put their hands up all excited, and they were the only one that was running the sweep. And then after the big sweep was over, they would go and play for the money in the mini sweep or whatever, or the final sweep, which both people could run in. The 3 teams, it was one person from each team, and they were the only ones that could go out. The other person was in control of the carts.
I could still do that.
He ain't lying.
Because at most, even if you guys got every question right, the most time you would have is like 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Hell yeah!
So you're telling me I need to empty the tank for 2 minutes? Yeah, all right, let's ride.
Yeah, I can do 2 minutes nonstop.
Just make sure I have a cart waiting for me whenever I push you this one.
Yeah, that first cart is ham, turkey, roast beef, that whole fucking meat.
Oh, I'm hitting the whole freezer aisle. Then I'm coming back. I'm giving you that cart. Then I'm going right to the diapers.
Yep.
Diapers, formula, wipes.
And on the way back, I'm stopping at the coffee machine, and I'm making the bag of coffee. Coming back, by that time, they're probably announcing the manager's special. So when I come back and I get the next cart, I'm going to go over to the manager's special. I'm going to find the can with the fucking star on it.
Yep. And then I'm going to throw a big, oversized gorilla, because that's probably my bonus.
You gotta get the blow up. No one's making coffee, right? The coffee $100 isn't worth it.
Hold on, it depends. How much extra time do I have over the next
somebody
team
else
going out?
Okay.
If I'm the leader, yeah,
You're telling me I'm number 1 and I got like a 30-second head start. I may actually start with the coffee and just use it to be up $100 before anyone else takes off.
So there were penalties.
Get your big prize and your coffee and be done.
Yep.
Runners are penalized $25 for each item they knock off a shelf or they damage during their sweep.
Yep.
And if you run into any personnel, cameraman or anything like that, it's $100 deduction if you run into the cameraman. I never knew that.
Well, the cameraman needs to get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah. Beep, beep.
I'm hauling
Get
ass,
out the way,
dude.
nerd.
Get out of my way.
Knowing that, I would have liked to have like an old lady going through just to throw a block every once in a while.
Excuse me.
Just to get in the way.
A stunt
Just
granny?
to get in the way, right? A stunt granny. Just one.
Excuse me, Sonny. Get the fuck out of my way.
I gotta get my medicine.
What time's the pharmacy open?
Bitch, you know it's 7:00. Anything else, boys?
Oh, good.
Get that.
I'd like to.
Big Mac, it was so good to have you on.
It was nice having you, Big Mac.
It's good seeing you guys. Hopefully, I'll be on more before August, whenever I'm up for the SummerFest.
Maybe this is the year we gotta figure out WrestleMania Jeopardy. Mike had that prepared
for like a year and a half.
and ready to roll last year. We're just gonna have to invite Devin in, I guess. No?
I really feel like that's a Tuesday. I really feel like this is a Tuesday night episode because we might have to heavily edit that.
Probably.
I don't want to say why.
No, it's just a heavily edited episode. But we'll figure that out.
Maybe it's a recorded not on a Thursday or Tuesday that has time to get slotted in.
A special recording. Gotcha.
3CT Update Jones.
There you go. All right,
maybe a special Tuesday night after Huddle Up's over.
That's a good point. Yeah, well, I after this, after today, I'm going to have Tuesday nights open. So that's a good point. Yeah, today's it. Today's the last.
Yeah, we purposely didn't spoil who won the Super Bowl because we didn't want you guys, whoever's watching it on DVR, looking at you, Joe Lopez. We didn't want you to feel left out. So.
Yeah, we didn't want anybody
Spoiler alert! It was Iron Man.
Iron Man.
He's dead.
He did. So we'll be back live on Thursday night, 8:00 Eastern time, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed on all of our podcast platforms on YouTube. Also get us on all of our social media at 3 Count Thursday across the board. Take 3 Wrestling Podcast as well for Mike and I. But until Thursday, stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the pin.
I'm really sorry that Tim said the C word earlier tonight. We didn't mean that.
It's okay.